Hey guys, it's Nate with Z-Bros Racing, and today we're actually talking about our adventure foot peg. We've got a brand new 790 here, and we're going to talk about our foot peg. We've done some other videos, and you've probably seen them on the snow bike scene, but we actually have some applications for adventure bikes. Pretty much all of the KTM adventure bikes, 701, the 690, 790, 1095, 1195, 1290, every KTM bike. We also have some for the Hondas. So let's get into the differences between our peg and the stock peg. Factory pegs come with pretty much your basic motocross peg. It's pretty small. If you're wearing a full motocross boot, the factory peg is not too bad really, but most guys like myself, I prefer to ride my adventure bike in a trials boot. I still like having some of that protection, but I just like a little more flexible boot because we're touring around, we're walking, you're walking the trail ahead to scope your line and figure out how you're going to make it through the more technical sections. So I don't wear a full motocross boot all the time, and around town I'm in a gym shoe. So this peg kind of sucks when it comes to that because it's small. Your feet start to hurt after standing on the pegs for a whole day. So our adventure peg here is much bigger. It's a little bit more aggressive as far as the tooth profile, and it just simply bolts on in place of the factory one. So you still have the hinge option, so when you tip over, that will hinge out of the way, but it gives you a much bigger platform to stand on when you're in, your gym shoe riding around town, or when you have your preferred, hiking boot that you ride in, or like I said, I wear a trials boot that I like a lot. So let's talk a little bit about how to change these out and jump into that. All right, to change out your foot peg, it is very simple. You really just need a set of needle nose pliers and a big screwdriver, or even the end of a ratchet handle. First step is going to be to straighten your cotter pin out and pull out your cotter pin from the stock foot peg. Save your washer, and then push your cross pin that holds everything together out. Now there's a spring down in there, so keep a hold of everything with one hand while you pull it out, and don't lose that spring because that'll be reused on our foot peg. Now if you lay them side by side, you can see the angle of the billet piece is identical. If you were to grab the wrong side, it'd be facing the incorrect direction. So it's pretty straightforward as far as right and left goes. But there's a good side-by-side comparison to show you just the mass as I drop it here. The mass of, you get some extra width, which I like the width a lot because it gives you a more, comfortable platform to stand on, and then also the length. But before we jump into putting them on, let me talk about this kit coming with the adventure peg. But there's a drop down online, and you also have the option to add our regular off-road peg. So because our double threat peg is adjustable between both platforms, if you choose to add the extra set of off-road, it's nice if you're doing a little bit more technical, tight, single track type trails. But let me show you the comparison between this and the factory one. You're still getting a little bit longer platform and also a wide, the same width. So you gain that extra width and then some extra length. It's, about an inch longer. So that's an option when you buy the peg if you want to have both. I prefer the big ones. They're out of the way enough, and I've never had any issues with these causing me problems on the trail, and I just like having that extra platform for when I'm standing up all day. So to go back on, you just drop the spring back down in the hole there like it came off, and then this is kind of the more tricky part because you have to actually start your pin and then force your spring back down in. So that's where the screwdriver kind of comes in, or your pliers work pretty good too because you just have to force this spring back down in that groove, which It's a little bit of a pain, but especially doing it on camera. So I'm just squeezing the spring together with my fingers. And I went down too low that time. Pull it back up a little bit. Okay. And then work your pin back through. Like so. Put your washer back on. Find your cotter pin hole. I'm going to rotate it with my pliers a little bit here. Then you're going to drop your cotter pin back down through. And make sure that you get it all the way through and bend it over, just like it was when you took it apart. So, all right. Then we're going to bend these ears over with our pliers. And the peg is installed. Functions just like stock, but gives you that comfort for riding all day. Pretty simple. Again, these are available at zebrosracing.com. Any of our dealers have them available, and then also they're going to be stocked on Rocky Mountain ATV. So check out our website, look for the Adventure Foot Peg online or at your local dealer, or RockyMountainATV.com as well. Thanks for watching.